Should you do business with your partner? Should you have shares in other companies with your wife? How much are you investing in this business? How much are you investing in those shares? Should you have property assets together as with your wife or with your husband? Hello, welcome to the Twineyo Show. In the episodes where we are looking at avoiding mixing business relationships with your social relationships. In these episodes, especially this episode, we are saying, should you mix your family, your wife or spouse relationship with your business relationship? In summary, should you do business with your wife? Should you do business with your wife is the question. I know there are many views out there, several views out there. But this is the discussion, and this is what we are here to share. One, there is nothing, according to me, wrong with having business with your wife. You can have business with your wife. But please legalize that business. When you and your wife do business, we no longer see you in the business world as man and wife, husband and wife, wife and husband. We see you as business partners. We may see you as sole proprietors. See you as sole proprietors, two people who have come together to do business. And you should exactly do that it is, which is a business between two people. Never mind that you are wife and husband or husband and wife or partners or spouses. If you have decided to start a business, give it a name, legalize it, have papers, write down your contribution, both of you, and know that it is a business. Ladies and gentlemen, this is different from where a man decides to start a business, where a man starts to start a business for his wife, or where a wife decides to start a business for the husband, or where one of the partners decides overall to start a business for the other partner. This is different. If my partner starts a business for me and she has started that business for me and it is my business, then I will say thank you. And we call this helping because you can help your partners. So that business will be mine. And I don't want my partner to put her nose in my business because it is my business. She's just helped me. She supported me to start that business. Maybe I had some little money and she said, oh, I want to help you to do business. This is not what I'm talking about. What we are talking about is, should you do business with your partner? If you are doing business with your partner, whether wife, husband, or partner, spouse, then this is a joint business. If you are doing a joint business, then you are business partners. The business world, the legal world will not look at you as wife and husband and wife, or spouse or partner. They look at you as business owners. And this is where I repeat, have registered documents, legalize everything, including the business, the company name or business name. Ensure that you have the right way of keep records. Have regular meetings. Check incomes and expenditure. Don't be shocked one day when you go to the business and you thought you had a lot of dollars and you find a little or no dollars at all. So legalize. Make it illegal so that you avoid problems in the future. I don't want that in the future when you come to your partner and you say, this business, how are we performing? Or let's divide our business. And your partner will tell you, no, this is not your business, it is my business. No. In this case, if you are doing business together, it is your business, both of you. It is a joint business. And it should be treated as that, even in law or at law. And it should be run like that. And if you decide to stop it, you should divide you should divide the money you have got out of it. Should you have shares in other companies with your wife? Yes, as a business partner, you can have shares with your wife in other companies. You can buy shares in other companies. Again, you should have documents. They should be legalized. You should, how much are you contributing to buy these shares? Same thing like you are doing in the business. How much are you investing in this business? How much are you investing in those shares? Should you have property assets together as with your wife or with your husband? Again, as a business partner, please note, I keep saying business partner. As a business partner, you can have assets, you can have property together. The principle is it is a legal relationship, it's a business relationship, it is recorded, it is written, there are legal documents showing that these properties you are sharing them. So that in the future, if you don't want this business together, or God forbid, if you separate and later on divorce or divorce, you should find that business is easier to calculate. You should find that business is easier to divide. It should not be mixed with your divorce and sharing of properties, because this was a business, and as a business, you will share as business partners. You will share what you have, and then with regard to marital issues and family and separation and divorce, you'll go back to properties that you have as a family, properties that your husband or wife has, properties that you jointly had together in a social relationship. In law, we separate social relationships from business relationships, and they should be treated as that. Therefore, don't mix your social relationship with your business relationship, because then in the future it can bring you problems and your business will collapse. Yet, when you establish a business, it is not for you. It is for your clients. It is for your customers. These people who give you money, these people who buy from your business, these people who buy your products, these people who buy your services, they are your clients, they are your customers, they are your partners in a way, and they want the business to continue because you are giving them a service or you are giving them some goods which satisfy their needs and wants. And therefore, this business should continue and should not fail. Let me mention also that you need to be careful. In most relationships, there is a tendency for competition. You'll find that there is silent competition between a man and wife, a wife and man, between spouses, between partners. So if you are not careful and you are doing business with your partner and your partner is running this business, but it is as if it is part of your social relationship, there are tendencies that your partner could be getting out money, buy assets, which you don't know even secretive. He's buying assets, but he doesn't tell you. She's buying assets, but she doesn't tell you. They are secretive. She buys an apartment, you don't know. She buys plots, you don't know. She buys land, she buys other properties, she doesn't, you don't know. So in future, again, you never know, and you will go to business and you find there is no more money in the business, and you cannot ask anything, or if you ask, uh, they tell you, we were using the business to feed the family. Be careful that your business doesn't become uh, the money pocket, your pocket money for the family. Your business doesn't become a kiosk for your family, so that every time they want bread, they come pick money from your business. They want pizza, they pick money from your business. They want lasagna, they pick it from your business. They want food at home, they pick it. They want groceries, they pick money from your business. They want utilities. It must be clear how the money from this business is kept, is used, is accounted for. Otherwise, you'll get a problem. Let me get back to the issue of, again, there is always competition, silent competition in these families. So one of you, the partners, could use the money to become powerful, and one of the partners, either the man or the woman or the spouse or the partners who gets powerful, will chase you away. We have had stories whereby men worked with their women, and when they got more money, they kicked out their wives, because the business was not legalized. They kicked out to their wives, and the wives went there in the court. But also, it has happened that some women, using this family business, have got so powerful and kicked out their husbands and taken the money, and then they are telling the husband, you were weak, you are not hardworking. I worked hard, and I got successful. Or the same thing, the man will say, you wife, what did you contribute? You contributed nothing, and I got successful, I don't need you. These things have happened, but happened in situations where the business was not legalized. So you need to be aware of this, that there is, like there is sibling rivalry. Sometimes they can also be partner rivalry, especially in some marriages which were not based on love, but sometimes also love dies out with time because of other reasons. So you find that people will be competing, and sometimes they will be kicking each other out, because of one having grown stronger and powerful out of the money that they got from their partner. So the principle is, can you help your wife? Yes, you can help your wife. Can you help your husband? Yes, you can help your husband, even to start a business. Help your wife even to start a business, but that is not your business. But can you do business together? Then it is a joint business, and it has to be legalized. Um, yeah, the rest is, please ensure that love or no love doesn't splinter or spill into your business and collapse it. Ensure that in the event that you can no longer keep this business together, man and wife and man, but it was registered, you share according to the contribution that you made, and life goes on. Ladies and gentlemen, please be aware that most cases social relationships have killed business relationships. And I don't want you to fall in this. You have time. Thank you very much.